for many, many years, I volunteered at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. Between that and Jessica June Children's Cancer Foundation, I work with a lot of children with cancer. And the palliative care was a baby. I mean, that's a whole nother story. But I think I had done one of the proms and I had met this girl who I did this card for. Um, I had met them. I had met her at I think it was the prom to the one of she was going to a prom to remember. And I met her and I don't know, I got talking to her or her mother and I offered to do a portrait session with her. And I went out. She she was 14 at the time and she was really loved to model and get dressed up. And so I went and bought some clothes and she had gone to the Make-A-Wish Foundation and she had gotten a wig. I picked up her wig for her, but I had no idea how sick she was because I didn't even at that point I hadn't talked about her diagnosis. And what I didn't know, and here I take these amazing pictures, you would have never known that this child, the day after I photographed these pictures, went into hospice. You know, you just would have never known. And to me, that gives me chills because that mother and I have become friends through the years. I just reached out to her recently. Um, she had another child. I ended up photographing her wedding. I probably will shoot again with her, and I photographed her son. And it's funny because the day that Demi died, her mother gave birth, which is an odd thing. Now, I was out of town and I wasn't able to shoot it. And when I was at her house one day, she showed me, and I really wish I had been there. And she showed me pictures that someone had done for her, and they were depressing, and they were not what I do. And I feel like um, my mission is not just to, when I say capture love, I used to say on life's terms, now I say life's journey. Capture love on life's journey. I'm going to capture it and make it look beautiful no matter what the circumstances are. I am not going to try to exploit someone's illness. It's not photojournalism. It's not fine art. It is, I mean, I guess why some, indigenous tribes didn't like it when you photograph them because they'd be capturing your soul. But that's what I try to do, you know, in the most loving way. And whenever I do this stuff, I've never done it with the intention of showing anybody. I've done most of the work no one's ever seen. And the only time I've ever shown my work was with the blessings of the parents or the people that I shoot. I mean, I would never do that because that's not my intention. My intention is to do it for the person. And once again, I have these amazing relationships. And when you're doing something like that, it's really intimate, waiting for a child to have her walking into a prayer circle while a mother is waiting to um, hand over their child for organ transplant. It's a big thing, an important thing that needs to be talked about. And I got to be there. It's in Asia they call it the honor walk when where everybody lines up to be there to honor someone who's doing that. So I get to be part of that stuff. And when people say it's depressing and they don't want to talk to me about it, it's because you don't know. It's more the reason that I want to do it because I try to demystify. People get sick, people die, or people are disabled, and because people are uncomfortable with different or fear or death, they don't show up, or they act weird. And I've talked to so many children, young women, young adults, young men, where they felt like they had to caretake the adults in the room because the adults were so uncomfortable. No, you've got to go in there. And if you don't know what to say, then you say, I don't know what to say. You don't just give platitudes. If somebody's hurting, you just say, listen, I love you. I'm here. It's not about fixing. That's a hard one for me because I always try to fix when it comes to emotions. But when you can't fix, when kids are sick or when people are sick, it's a different story. So you just want to be there. So a big part of my mission also is to, write and speak about the importance of showing up no matter what.